Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and random ducks passing by, welcome to the great marathon of the lake. Today, we're not just fishing. Oh no, we're running circles around records like caffeinated hamsters. Ah, look at that leaderboard, Kaja's at the top. Not for long, my friend. Sorry, Kaja, your glory days end right here, right now. Drops Mike into the water. And there it is, a bite, a fish, an absolute titan of the deep. Okay, fine, it's just a perch, but don't ruin the drama. New record unlocked. Quick march to the sacred board of numbers. Faster, faster. Because what is fishing if not competitive Excel spreadsheets in the open air? And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, at precisely 1647. Because fishing, much like fine dining or explosions, is all about timing. Observe the sacred stats. Reel speed, drag power, line tension. Honestly, it's less like fishing and more like calibrating a nuclear reactor. One wrong click and boom, goodbye eyebrows. Ah yes, the legendary pea on a hook, size 6. A weapon so mighty it could strike fear into even the bravest, goldfish. And what's this? Look closely, a fish jumping. Waves, circles. It's like the Olympics, but wetter and with fewer sponsors. Quick the net, the majestic net of destiny, and behold a carp. Not just any carp, but a record-breaking carp. Trumpets, please. Now to the holy leaderboard once again. Run, my legs, run. Because nothing says victory like updating your name on a giant spreadsheet by the lake. Ah, a brand new fishing ground. A fresh board of glory, which is completely empty. Absolutely nothing. It's less a leaderboard and more a chalkboard waiting for a bored teacher. And now the great sprint begins. Onto the pier we go, wait, back again, because a fisherman without a net is like a knight without trousers. Utterly unprepared. Net installed, dignity restored, and off we go once more. First cast, first bite, and behold, a zander. Straight into the net, no hesitation, no mercy. And now, the frantic dash continues up and down the pier like a lunatic in rubber boots. The clock strikes 3 in the morning. Yes, this is what normal people do at night, calibrate reel settings and debate the tensile strength of fishing line. And what's this? Another zander, a bigger one. A record. Truly, insomnia pays off. Back to the sacred leaderboard, and now it lives. No longer a barren wasteland, but a shining monument to my nocturnal madness. And the cycle repeats: fish, dash, record, dash, fish again. At this point it's less fishing and more a Monty Python sketch of Olympic pier running. And here it is, a bite on the tip. Strike. The system insists my weight is too heavy for the float. Rubbish. This is not floating, this is art. Ground fishing disguised as a tragedy in 3 acts. And look, emerging from the depths, the dwarf catfish. A creature of pure elegance, a whiskered philosopher of the lake. Notice the subtle shimmer of its scales, the mustache that would make any Victorian gentleman green with envy. Truly, nature's masterpiece, wearing a tuxedo of mud and moonlight. Into the net it goes, but with respect, for this is no ordinary catch. This is history being written in fins and barbels. And now to the leaderboard. Ah, the scroll of glory. My name etched across not one, not two, but 3 records. Catfish, bream, perch. A trifecta of aquatic magnificence. Two floats dancing near the weeds, double bites. Strike. The net swings, and behold a tench. The philosopher's fish, the dreamer of the pond. I march proudly to the start of the pier to place it in the net. Ah, but wait. The net is already behind me. Of course it is. I am, after all, the sort of man who forgets where he parked his own bucket. Fast forward to the leaderboard. A record. Fast forward again back to the pier. This is no longer fishing. This is interpretive jogging with props. Another bite. The sun is shining, the time is 10:57, the bait is a crucian. The hook is a proud number 2. The line a whisper-thin .28 millimeter. Details so riveting, one could almost write a doctoral thesis on them. Monofilament, drag, and existential despair. The net rises, a Xander appears, a new record is claimed. And once again, I run to the leaderboard, back from the leaderboard to the leaderboard again. And now the repetition sets in. Run, catch, net, record. Run, catch, net, record. It's like a bureaucratic nightmare choreographed by Monty Python. By the 4th sprint, I am less fisherman and more exhausted civil servant stamping forms in an endless queue. The fish are still magnificent, but I am not. I am a sweaty ghost, condemned to eternal cardio in rubber boots. And suddenly, out of nowhere, while reeling in a fish after the strike, I fall straight off the pier into the water. That's the start of the bonus section of the film. Records, marathon, bonus. In fast forward, I swim along the pier back to shore. I climb out and wait, what's going on? A bug. In my left hand, I'm holding the landing net, but my right hand looks like it's gripping a rod. Only the rod doesn't exist. So I'm running around the pier at crazy speed, flailing one empty hand and a net in the other, like some cartoon fisherman whose gear got stolen by the game. Eventually, I dive back into the water, swim to shore again. And the net is still with me, while my right hand is stubbornly clutching that invisible rod. Pure nonsense. Then I go further and suddenly set up a tent in a place where it should be absolutely impossible. Half on the pier, half over the water. Total glitch territory. And just when I think it can't get any stranger, I spot a frog. I try to scoop it up with the landing net. It escapes. I try again, lift it up on the handle above the tent, and then it makes a massive leap, straight out of the scene. That's it, bonus over. Goodbye, Chewbacca, see ya.